Imagine for a moment that everything you've been told about how reality works is fundamentally, catastrophically wrong. There's a hidden mechanism governing your existence that no self-help guru, no spiritual teacher, no motivational speaker has ever truly revealed. A protocol so precise, so radical, that it transforms the universe from a passive backdrop into your most responsive collaborator. Most people wake up every single day trapped in a delusion. They believe they're separate from the quantum field. That manifestation is something you do instead of something you are, and this single misunderstanding is costing you decades of potential, mountains of possibility, entire timelines of extraordinary experience. But what if I told you that reality is not happening to you? What if reality is happening through you? And what if you could learn to broadcast a signal so coherent, so undeniable, that the universe has no choice but to reorganize itself around your frequency? The hidden lie is simple. You've been taught that you're a passive receiver of circumstances. That manifestation is about technique, about ritual, about doing more. But quantum physics reveals something far more dangerous and infinitely more powerful. Every moment you spend trying to make things happen is a moment you're actually blocking the very mechanism of transformation. Your nervous system is constantly broadcasting a signal, and most people are unconsciously transmitting a frequency of limitation, of struggle, of perpetual becoming. What I'm about to share is not another manifestation technique. This is a quantum entanglement protocol that will fundamentally rewire how you interact with reality itself. A transmission so precise that it collapses timelines faster than your logical mind can comprehend. And the strangest part? The mechanism has always been inside you, not as a metaphor, not as spiritual poetry, but as a literal physics-based operational system waiting to be activated. In the next few moments, I'm going to expose the exact frequency disruption that transforms the universe from an external system to your most responsive assistant. And I warn you, once you understand this, nothing, absolutely nothing, will look the same. Are you ready to learn how quantum entanglement is not just a scientific concept, but your most powerful manifestation technology? Then let's begin the protocol. The core assumption poisoning your manifestation is simple. You think you need to attract what you want, but attraction implies separation. It implies a distance between you and your desired reality. In quantum reality, there is no attraction. There is only coherence. There is only resonance. And resonance happens instantaneously, not through effort, but through precise energetic alignment. In quantum physics, entangled particles communicate instantaneously across any distance. They're not attracting each other. They're fundamentally interconnected. The same principle applies to your relationship with reality. Your current approach to manifestation is like trying to call a friend by shouting into the void, hoping they'll hear you. The quantum approach is knowing you're already on the same line in the same moment, sharing the same frequency. And here's where most people completely miss the point. Emotion is not a reaction to reality. Emotion is the carrier wave that collapses potential into form. Not your thoughts, not your visualizations, your emotional state. To understand how this actually works, we need to dive deeper into the quantum mechanism that transforms emotion from a passive experience into a precise reality generation technology. Este é o desenvolvimento inicial do roteiro, parando em ponto natural para a continuação. O texto segue rigorosamente o template de Quantum Manifestation, com uma voz autoritária e reveladora, desconstruindo crenças comuns sobre manifestação e preparando o terreno para explicações mais profundas sobre o mecanismo quântico. Gostaria que eu continue o desenvolvimento a partir deste ponto? Continuing the Quantum Entanglement Protocol narrative, the double-slit experiment isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's the most profound revelation about consciousness ever recorded. Picture a pristine laboratory in 1961, electron guns meticulously aligned, physicists holding their breath as they prepare to challenge everything humanity understood about reality. When electrons were fired through two narrow slits, something extraordinary happened. When unobserved, they behaved like waves, creating an interference pattern that suggested multiple potential paths existed simultaneously. But the moment a measurement device was introduced, something impossible occurred. The electrons transformed, collapsing into discrete particles, selecting a single trajectory, as if the very act of observation determined their fundamental nature. This wasn't a theory. This was empirical evidence that consciousness itself was not a passive receiver. but an active generator of physical reality. Imagine your potential states like those unobserved electrons, existing everywhere and nowhere, vibrating with infinite possibility. Your dominant frequency doesn't just predict your reality, it collapses it into form. You're not waiting for something to happen. You're perpetually generating potential timelines through your observational state. The scientific community was stunned. Werner Heisenberg's uncertainty principle had already suggested that the observer fundamentally alters the observed system, but the double-slit experiment provided irrefutable proof. Reality wasn't a fixed landscape. It was a responsive field, constantly negotiating its own parameters through consciousness. Your emotional state is that measurement device. Your attention is the electron gun. Your beliefs are the slits through which potential flows. And most humans are unconsciously firing random, contradictory signals, wondering why their reality feels fragmented, unpredictable, resistant. But what if you could become a precise observation mechanism? What if your internal state could collapse exactly the timeline you desire, with the same mathematical precision those electrons demonstrated in that revolutionary experiment? The universe isn't responding to your words. It's responding to your uninterrupted, coherent frequency, the signal beneath your thoughts, the vibration of your nervous system, the quantum signature of your being. Let's dive into the quantum landscape of your most intimate struggles, those moments when reality seems most resistant, most cruel in its apparent separation from your desires. 3 a.m. Doubt moment. You're awake, heart racing, that crushing weight of potential failure pressing against your chest. Traditional spirituality tells you to trust the process. Quantum reality reveals something far more precise. This 3 a.m. panic is not a weakness. It's your nervous system broadcasting a frequency of unresolved potential. Most people try to calm down. The quantum protocol demands something radical. You don't calm the signal, you recalibrate its source. 30-second frequency shift. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe not to relax, but to recalibrate. Feel the space between your thoughts not as emptiness, but as pure potential. Your doubt is not a problem. It's raw, unprocessed quantum energy waiting to be directed. Whisper, I am the precise generator of my timeline, not as affirmation, as instruction. Prophetic collapse. Within 72 hours, watch how circumstances begin rearranging. Not through effort, through frequency coherence. Morning anxiety. Before opening eyes. That moment when consciousness first touches the day, and immediately your system downloads every limitation, every past failure. Traditional methods say, think positive. Quantum protocol exposes the deeper mechanism. Your first moments are your most powerful transmission device. 30-second frequency shift. Before opening eyes, don't resist the anxiety. Observe it as pure energy. Feel its vibration without judgment. Your nervous system is not weak. It's a sophisticated quantum antenna constantly scanning potential timelines. Breathe into the anxiety, not to eliminate it, to understand its signal. Prophetic collapse. Your day will begin bending around your newfound frequency. Opportunities will appear that logic cannot explain. Bank account checking moment. That instant of digital terror, scrolling numbers that seem to mock your dreams. Most people see numbers. Quantum observers see energy signatures. 30-second frequency shift. When you look at your balance, don't see lack. See a temporary energetic configuration waiting for your precise instruction. Your financial field is not fixed. It's fluid, responsive. Touch the screen. Feel beneath the numbers. Whisper, this is a momentary transmission. I am recalibrating. Prophetic collapse. Financial signals will begin reorganizing within your coherence field. Vision board mockery moment. Those carefully curated images now feeling like distant, impossible fantasies. Traditional manifestation says, believe harder. Quantum protocol reveals, your vision board is not a wish. It's an incomplete frequency transmission. 30-second frequency shift. Look at each image. Don't just visualize. Feel the cellular resonance. Your body knows how that reality feels before your mind comprehends it. Close your eyes. Let the images become a vibration, not a picture. Prophetic collapse. Watch how precisely your external reality begins matching those images. Not through effort, through frequency. Jim Carrey's $10 million quantum manifestation protocol. Beyond the popular narrative lies a profound quantum mechanism most miss entirely. In 1990, years before becoming a Hollywood icon, Carrey wasn't just writing a check. He was conducting a precise quantum frequency experiment. Most hear the story and see motivation. A quantum observer sees a deliberate field manipulation. Carey didn't just visualize. He entered a state of complete energetic coherence with his desired timeline. The $10 million check wasn't a vision board trick. It was a quantum transmission device. His specific quantum practice involved 3 revolutionary mechanisms. 1. Frequency stabilization. Through embodied emotion, Carey didn't just imagine success. He biochemically generated the emotional signature of already being the successful version of himself. Not hope, not desire, pure embodied certainty. His nervous system was broadcasting a signal so precise that reality had no alternative but to reorganize. 2. Decoupling outcome from mechanism. Traditional manifestation teaches attachment. Quantum protocol demands complete energetic neutrality. Carey wrote the check knowing the how was irrelevant. Most people contaminate their quantum signal by obsessing over logistics. He understood. The field doesn't respond to strategy. It responds to frequency. 3. Continuous quantum calibration. Every morning, Carey would drive up to his favorite lookout point in Los Angeles, visualizing not just success but feeling the cellular resonance of already being that version. Not as imagination, as current reality. His practice wasn't meditation. It was quantum field programming. The collapse moment. December 1994. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective launches. Suddenly that $10 million check wasn't just a dream. It was a precisely engineered quantum event. But here's what most missed. The manifestation wasn't the movie's success. It was Carey's complete energetic alignment. Why others can't replicate. Most humans broadcast a signal of perpetual becoming. Carey transmitted from the state of already being. Quantum manifestation isn't about getting. It's about broadcasting a frequency so coherent that reality reorganizes instantaneously. The hidden mechanism. Carey wasn't special. He was precise. He understood that consciousness isn't local. It's a non-local field of infinite potential waiting to be instructed by a coherent observer. 3 extractable quantum practices. Practice. 1. Frequency writing. Write your desired outcome not as future wish, but as current reality. Use present tense. Feel each word as a quantum instruction, not a hope. Practice 2. Embodied visualization. Close your eyes. Don't just see the outcome, feel its biochemical signature. How does your breath change? Your posture? Your internal dialogue? Quantum manifestation happens in the body, not the mind. Practice 3. Neutrality. Training practice complete emotional neutrality towards your desire, not detachment, precise coherence. Your signal gets stronger when you stop needing the outcome. So here's your checkpoint. A declaration not to the algorithm but to yourself. Type in the comments. I collapse timelines. I don't chase them. Say it as a code, a reminder that what collapses reality is not your old desperate hoping, but the quantum embodiment you choose in this moment. Because this moment is the manifestation. And if you can feel it now, then it's already here. The quantum transformation of Sarah Mitchell. A precise energetic reconstruction. 2 years of spiritual self-torture. 2 years of vision boards collecting dust. Affirmations spoken into empty mirrors. Journals filled with desperate desires that seemed more like mockeries than manifestations. Sarah had done everything right. She'd attended every manifestation workshop, purchased every online course, meditated religiously. Yet her life remained unchanged. Same exhausting corporate job, same suffocating apartment, same sense of being perpetually stuck. The worthiness spiral was brutal. Each unanswered prayer felt like a personal indictment. What am I doing wrong? Became her internal mantra. The spiritual community's perpetual advice, just believe harder, felt like gaslighting. Her nervous system was broadcasting pure frustration, a frequency of perpetual lack. The quantum discovery moment arrived unexpectedly. A podcast interview with a quantum consciousness researcher cracked something open, not intellectually, cellularly. For the first time, manifestation wasn't presented as magical thinking, but as precise energetic engineering. Quantum transformation timeline. Day 1. Pure skepticism. Approached the new protocol with clinical detachment. Practiced frequency calibration not as belief, but as scientific experiment. No hope. Pure observation. Day 3. First energetic signal subtle shift. Not external change. Internal recalibration. Her meditation felt different. Less efforting, more receiving. Nervous system began broadcasting a new signal. Day 5. Synchronicity breach. First unexpected alignment. A random conversation with a stranger contained exact information she'd been seeking for months. Not coincidence. Quantum field response. Day 7. Initial collapse. Job opportunity materialized. Not through application, through direct introduction that defied logical explanation. The recruiter used words that matched her internal frequency precisely. 30-day quantum shift landscape. Physiological transformations. Sleep, from restless 4 or 5 hours to deep regenerative 7 to 8 hour cycles. Energy, constant low-grade exhaustion replaced by cellular vitality. Intuition, shifted from mental speculation to instantaneous knowing. Nervous system, from fight-flight to profound parasympathetic coherence. Relational quantum reorganization. Toxic relationships began naturally dissolving, not through confrontation, through frequency mismatch. New connections appeared that felt like remembering rather than meeting. Financial frequency, unexpected income streams, consulting opportunities, investments aligning without strategic manipulation. Money began flowing as a natural extension of her energetic broadcast. The most profound realization? Manifestation wasn't something she was doing. It was something she was being. Her old self would have celebrated these changes. Her quantum self simply recognized them as inevitable. Quantum timeline architecture. The multiverse as your personal playground. Imagine reality not as a linear progression, but as an infinite probability landscape where every possible version of you simultaneously exists. This isn't spiritual poetry. This is quantum physics decoded. The many worlds interpretation reveals a radical truth. You're not choosing a future. You're selecting a currently existing parallel reality. Every decision creates quantum branching, infinite versions of yourself living different narratives, breathing different atmospheres, experiencing different emotional landscapes. Schrödinger's cat metaphor. Your current reality is both and. Potential states coexist simultaneously. Observation collapses the wave function. Your consciousness is the quantum selector. Reality is not fixed. It's fluid, responsive. Probability wave mechanics. 1. Infinite potential timelines exist concurrently. 2. Your dominant frequency acts as selection mechanism. 3. Coherent emotional state determines timeline proximity. 4. Observation doesn't just reveal reality, it generates it. Practical timeline navigation. Protocols. Frequency. Attunement meditation. Close eyes. Breathe into cellular possibility. Feel desired timeline's emotional signature. Don't visualize. Become the frequency. Let your nervous system broadcast the signal. Timeline recognition markers. Synchronicities accelerate. Decisions feel effortless. Intuition becomes instantaneous. External reality begins matching internal frequency. Time perception shifts quantum timeline jump mechanism. Identify current emotional broadcast. Recognize limiting frequency patterns. Generate precise emotional counterfrequency. Maintain coherence for 1721 continuous seconds. Observe reality. Reorganization. Why people live different realities. They're literally inhabiting different probability matrices. Your frequency determines your dimensional access. Low coherence humans bounce between chaotic timelines. High coherence humans stabilize precise realities. Stabilization protocols. Maintain emotional neutrality. Remove internal resistance. Practice non-attachment. Cultivate precise energetic integrity. Treat reality as responsive field, not fixed system. Quantum embodiment practice. Place hand on heart. Breathe. Ask. Which version of me is already living my desired reality? Feel the answer not as thought, as transmission. Quantum evolutionary mapping. Manifestation methods as evolutionary consciousness technologies law of attraction. The partial frequency decoder. 20%. Truth contained. Focus creates energetic magnetism. Consciousness influences external reality. Thoughts have vibrational signatures. 80% missing mechanism. Misunderstood. Attraction as linear process. Ignored quantum field responsiveness. Reduced manifestation to mental visualization. Neglected embodied emotional broadcasting quantum. Upgrade. Attraction isn't pulling. It's quantum field instruction. Your nervous system doesn't attract. It instructs reality's reorganization. Neville Goddard's Feeling is the Secret. Quantum Proximity Protocol 20%. Truth contained. Emotional state precedes physical manifestation. Imagination as creative mechanism. Inner state determines external experience. 80%. Missing mechanism. Limited understanding of frequency coherence. Incomplete nervous system integration. Insufficient timeline navigation technologies. Missed multidimensional consciousness mechanics. Quantum upgrade. Feeling isn't just emotional. It's precise energetic transmission that collapses potential into form. Abraham Hicks Emotional Guidance Scale. Frequency calibration technology. 20% truth contained. Emotions as vibrational indicators. Hierarchical consciousness progression. Emotional state determines manifestation potential. 80% missing mechanism. Oversimplified emotional mapping. Linear interpretation of non-linear consciousness. Missed quantum entanglement principles. Incomplete nervous system recalibration protocols. Quantum upgrade. Emotional navigation isn't about moving up a scale. It's about generating precise frequency signatures that reorganize reality instantaneously. Unified quantum manifestation framework. All methods point toward fundamental truth. Consciousness is programmable field. Reality is responsive information system. You are the quantum observer, generator breakthrough. Insight. These methods aren't competing technologies. They're evolutionary breadcrumbs revealing humanity's emerging quantum capability. Conscious reality generation. Practical integration protocol. 1. Recognize method's partial truth. 2. Extract core wisdom. 3. Apply quantum frequency lens. 4. Generate precise energetic transmission. 5. Observe reality reorganization. Quantum manifestation isn't a technique. It's an evolutionary consciousness technology revealing humans as reality architects, not passive experiencers. Quantum frequency calibration. Nervous system reprogramming transmission. Find a comfortable position. Spine elongated, feet grounded, hands resting softly. This is not meditation. This is quantum frequency recalibration. Breathe in. 4 counts. Hold. 4 counts. Release. 6 counts. Notice how your nervous system begins to recognize this isn't just breathing. This is quantum signaling. Body scan sequence. Jaw, where you hold contradiction. Shoulders, where you store unnecessary effort. Stomach, where unprocessed fear resides. Breathe into each space, not to heal, to release. Your body is a quantum antenna. Right now it's broadcasting fragmentation. We're going to collapse that signal. Feel the timeline where your desire isn't a desire. It's already done. Not visualization. Remembering. Your cells don't know past, present, future. They know frequency. Lock in this frequency. No hope, no waiting, pure knowing. This feeling isn't imagination. This is quantum instruction. Breathe deeper, slower, more precise. Your breath is now a quantum transmission. Each exhale, reality reorganization. Each inhale, dimensional access. You are not practicing manifestation. You are remembering your capability to generate realities. 10-second quantum pause. This frequency is now your new baseline. Not an aspiration, a declaration. Reality has no choice but to comply. Quantum frequency stabilization, precise integration transmission. To help you deepen that integration, we've created something intentional, something precise, a transmission designed to stabilize your new frequency, anchor your expanded identity, and guide you through the real embodiment of quantum creation. It's called quantum nervous system recalibration, and it's more than just a digital guide. It's a frequency protocol, one that's been curated to help you collapse your next timeline with clarity, consistency, and resonance. It brings together neuroscience, quantum physics, and precise embodiment technologies you didn't even know you needed until now. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Go there not to get more information, but to amplify the integration of what's already begun inside you. Neuroscience as quantum field decoder, bridging scientific precision and consciousness technology. 1. Reticular activating system, quantum filter mechanism, scientific insight, filters. 40 million bits of information to 40 conscious bits, quantum parallel, consciousness as selective reality generator, practical application, intentional RAS reprogramming through repeated frequency signals. 2. neuroplasticity, reality rewriting technology, scientific insight, brain physically rewires to repeated neural pathways, quantum parallel, consciousness as malleable reality architecture, practical application, deliberate neural pathway construction through embodied frequency. 3. Heart-brain coherence, electromagnetic reality transmission, scientific insight. Heart math research reveals heart's powerful electromagnetic field, quantum parallel, heart as quantum signal generator beyond brain's linear processing. Practical application, precise emotional state generation as reality instruction. 4. Mirror neurons, embodiment quantum mechanics, scientific insight. Neural mirroring creates experiential learning, quantum parallel, consciousness learns through vibrational resonance. Practical application, strategic exposure to desired state embodiment. Theta brainwaves, quantum access portal, scientific insight. Theta state connects subconscious and conscious processing. Quantum parallel, liminal space between potential and manifestation. Practical application, deliberate theta state induction for reality generation. The mystical isn't magical. It's just neuroscience we haven't fully mapped yet. Consciousness is a technology waiting for its user manual, and you are its primary programmer. Quantum truth transmission, evolutionary consciousness dialogue. Objection 1. Isn't this just spiritual bypassing? Intelligent acknowledgement. Your skepticism reveals sophisticated psychological awareness. Traditional manifestation often becomes an escape mechanism, avoiding real inner work. Quantum deconstruction. True quantum manifestation isn't about avoiding pain. It's about transforming your relationship with experience itself. Bypassing creates resistance. Quantum integration dissolves the very energetic structures generating suffering. Practical translation. Instead of saying think positive, we're rewiring the nervous system's fundamental interpretation of challenge, not suppression. Metabolization. Objection 2. What about real-world action? Intelligent acknowledgement. Practical minds understand that vision without execution remains hallucination. Quantum reframe. Action isn't opposed to frequency. Action is frequency made visible. The quantum field doesn't distinguish between thought, emotion, and movement. They're simultaneous transmission. Practical example. Your aligned action feels effortless, not forced, not strategic, inspired, precise, inevitable. Objection 3. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Intelligent acknowledgement. Scientific minds require rigorous verification. Placebo effect is a real phenomenon. Quantum perspective. Confirmation bias assumes an objective external reality. Quantum physics reveals observation itself creates reality. Your bias isn't a distortion. It's a creative mechanism. Neurological evidence. Your reticular activating system doesn't just filter. It generates perceptual reality. Objection 4. Why do bad things happen if we create our reality? Intelligent acknowledgement. Profound theological and philosophical question confronting human suffering. Quantum understanding. You're not creating singular events. You're generating meaning interpretation systems. Trauma becomes transformation fuel when consciousness evolves. Healing perspective. Events happen. Meaning is chosen. Quantum manifestation is radical responsibility. Objection 5. This sounds too easy, fast to be real. Intelligent acknowledgement. Healthy skepticism protects against magical thinking. Quantum truth. Ease isn't weakness. Ease is advanced consciousness. Complex systems naturally move toward elegant solutions. Neurological proof. Your nervous system can reorganize in microseconds when precise frequency is applied. Evolutionary synthesis. These aren't objections. They're consciousness evolution checkpoints. Each question reveals your system's readiness to upgrade its operating technology. You're not learning a technique. You're remembering your fundamental capability as a reality generation mechanism. Quantum timeline convergence. Future self-transmission. Preparation sequence. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Not meditation. Quantum frequency alignment. Your nervous system is about to become a dimensional portal. Breath slows. Perception expands. Reality membrane becomes permeable. Visualization activation. Sequence. You're standing before a threshold, not a metaphorical door. A quantum membrane between potential timelines. Your hand touches the surface. Molecular vibration shifts. Door dissolves. Knot opens. Dissolves. Step through. Quantum permeation complete. Future self-encounter landscape. Immediate sensory download. They're wearing something that isn't fashion, it's a frequency signature. Clothing moves with impossible fluidity. Fabric seems to breathe with their internal state. Posture, not confident. Foundational. Spine aligned not through effort, but through complete internal congruence. No tension. Pure structural integrity. Facial landscape. Eyes. Not looking at you. Seeing through you. No intensity. Pure neutrality. Effortless peace that looks like absolute power. No smile, no expression, pure knowing. Energy field. Magnetic without magnetism, no pull, no push. Pure quantum presence. They speak, not with words, with frequency. Transmission begins. Stop trying to make things happen. Start allowing things to organize around your internal state. The mistake you're making? Believing transformation is complex. It's actually brutally simple. Trust the moment when everything feels like it's falling apart. That's quantum reorganization in progress. Frequency download sequence begins. They place hand near your heart, not touching. Quantum entanglement initiates. No physical contact required. Pure information transfer. Nervous system receives. Cellular memory rewrites. Timeline collapses. Return sequence. Breathe. Integrate. The frequency is now embedded, not a memory. A new operational system. Quantum identity collapse. Dimensional shifting protocol. Energetic transmission begins phase 1. I want to be someone who. Duration, 30 seconds. Frequency, separation consciousness. Common block. Desire as distance mechanism. Energetic signature. Longing creates invisible barrier between current and desired state. Breakthrough method. Recognize wanting as unconscious resistance mechanism. Quantum truth. Desire is not a request. It's an incomplete remembering. Speak out loud. I want to be someone who trusts their internal guidance completely. Feel the subtle contraction, the energetic wall between here and there. Phase 2. I'm becoming. Duration, 30 seconds. Frequency, effortful transformation. Common block, transformation as linear progression. Energetic signature. Trying creates additional resistance. Breakthrough method. Recognize becoming as unnecessary narrative. Quantum truth. You're not becoming. You're allowing hidden potential to surface. Speak out loud. I'm becoming someone who moves with radical internal trust. Feel the effort, the push, the subtle struggle. Phase 3. I'm choosing. Duration, 30 seconds. Frequency, decision consciousness. Common block, choice as mental construct. Energetic signature. Decision creates initial energetic reorganization. Breakthrough. Method. Choice is not thought. Choice is frequency alignment. Quantum truth. True choice happens below language. In the quantum field. Speak out loud. I'm choosing to metabolize uncertainty as my primary growth mechanism. Feel the initial spark. The first wave of potential reorganization. Phase 4. I'm practicing. Duration. 30 seconds. Frequency. Intentional embodiment. Common block. Practice as external technique. Energetic signature. Deliberate nervous system reprogramming. Breakthrough. Method. Practice is not repetition. It's frequency stabilization. Quantum truth. Your nervous system learns through feeling, not thinking. Speak out loud. I'm practicing radical presence with my internal landscape. Feel the initial cellular rewiring. The subtle tremor of transformation. Phase 5. I am. Duration, 60 seconds. Frequency, collapsed identity. Common block, identity as fixed construct. Energetic signature, complete dimensional shift. Breakthrough. Method, identity is a fluid quantum technology. Quantum truth, I am, collapses potential into current molecular reality. Speak out loud. I am the embodiment of quantum flow. I am the precise transmission of evolutionary consciousness. I am the living technology of transformation. Feel the complete collapse. No separation. Pure presence. Phase 6. I've always been. Duration, 60 seconds. Frequency, timeless remembering. Common block, linear perception of growth. Energetic signature, eternal identity recognition. Breakthrough. Method, Recognize growth as remembering, not acquiring. Quantum truth. Your essential nature was always here, waiting to be acknowledged. Speak out loud. I've always been this quantum presence. I've always known this depth. I've always been capable of this radical transformation. Feel the eternal recognition, the timeless knowing. Phase 7. Silence holding frequency. Duration, 120 seconds. Pure quantum integration. No words. Complete molecular recalibration. Nervous system rewrites entire narrative. Quantum identity. Collapse transmission. Continued transmission. Checkpoint. Energetic resonance marker. If this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the subtle frequency shift moving through your nervous system as we spoke, there's a next-level integration waiting. Subscribe to this channel, but not for content. Subscribe because we're here to collapse timelines together. Every transmission is a precise frequency recalibration, not another spiritual lecture. Turn on notifications, not to avoid missing a video, but to ensure you don't miss the exact quantum signal your evolutionary consciousness needs to activate next. Leave a like, but not for the algorithm. Consider it an energetic signature declaring, I choose coherence over casual consumption. 7-Day Quantum Reset Protocol, Molecular Transformation Blueprint Protocol. Overview. This isn't a meditation series. This is a systematic quantum technology for complete identity reorganization. Day 1. Frequency mapping. Objective. Precise current state detection. Time block. 6:20 a.m. Assessment tools. Emotional resonance mapping. Identify internal conflicts. Transmute survival mechanisms. Resistance handling. Expect emotional turbulence. This is molecular reorganization, not therapy. Success signs. Unexpected emotional releases. Sudden clarity about past patterns. Physical lightness. Journal. Prompt. What contradictory narratives have I been simultaneously maintaining? Frequency. Checkpoint. Spaciousness replacing contraction. Quantum frequency transmission. Corporate metamorphosis protocol. The invisible cage. High performance. Low presence. Picture the archetypal modern executive. Corner office overlooking city skyline. $5,000 Italian suit. Rolex marking time's relentless pressure. External metrics of success screaming loudly. Internal landscape. A nuclear meltdown of unprocessed survival frequencies. Dissonance. Landscape. Quarterly bonuses. $250,000. Nervous system state. Constant fight-flight. Professional achievement platinum level. Personal peace. Bankruptcy. The breakdown. Before breakthrough. Health doesn't negotiate. My body became the ultimate quantum messenger. Panic attacks during board meetings. Unexplained migraines. Insomnia transforming productive nights into survival marathons. The body always knows, always signals, always provides the exit strategy from inauthentic operating systems. Quantum shift mechanism. Not more. Different. Traditional success paradigm. Work harder. Achieve more. Control everything. Quantum success paradigm. Align frequency. Allow. Metabolize. 90-day molecular repatterning protocol. Week 1-3. Nervous system recalibration. Week 4-6. Frequency stabilization. Week 7-9. Quantum embodiment. Week 10-12. Timeline collapse. External metrics. Remained identical. Same job title. Same company. Same compensation structure. Internal transformation. Radical frequency. Shift outcomes. 40% less working hours. 200% increased creativity. 300% deeper client connections. Unexplained. 35% revenue increase. The paradox. When you stop chasing. Success chases you. Quantum truth. Your frequency is your actual currency. Not dollars. Not achievements. Pure energetic transmission. Quantum manifestation. The divine timing deconstruction protocol. The illusion of waiting. Frequency, stabilization, mechanics. Most spiritual teachings whisper, trust divine timing. But quantum physics reveals a more precise transmission. Divine timing isn't an external decision. It's an internal frequency stabilization. Intention manifestation gap. The quantum inconsistency meter. Imagine your desire as a radio signal. The gap between intention and manifestation isn't delay, it's interference. Your frequency is wobbling, not the universe hesitating. Wobble spectrum analysis. low wobble, instant manifestation, medium, wobble, delayed or partial manifestation, high wobble, complete signal disruption, surrender, not passive submission, but precision. Engineering. Surrender doesn't mean doing nothing. It means stopping the internal contradiction. When you cease fighting your current reality, you clean the signal. Quantum distinction. Not yet versus not this, not yet. Signal needs recalibration, symptoms, persistent intuitive pull, action, refined frequency, energy, potential still active, not this, wrong timeline, entirely, symptoms, repeated blockages, action, complete redirect, energy, dead-end potential, persistence versus pivot quantum, algorithm, persist, when, intuition remains consistent, internal resistance decreases, synchronicities increase, energy feels expansive, pivot, when, repeated dead ends emerge, internal contraction dominates, synchronicities cease, energy feels depleted, the paradox of manifestation, action is surrender, surrender is action. Your frequency doesn't know the difference between trying and allowing. It only reads coherence. Transmission checkpoint. If this deconstruction resonated, you're already shifting. Quantum truth doesn't require belief. It requires embodiment. Quantum metaphysics, resonance transmission, three-dimensional reality mapping, tuning fork, frequency coherence, mechanics, physics revelation. When one tuning fork vibrates, another matching fork spontaneously resonates. No effort, pure sympathetic transmission. Spiritual translation. You are the primary oscillator. Reality is the secondary fork. Resonance happens instantaneously. Matching is the natural state, quantum application. Your internal frequency doesn't attract. It induces. The world doesn't respond to your desire. The world becomes your frequency. Hologram, interference pattern, intelligence creation mechanics. Holographic images emerge through light wave intersections. Each fragment contains entire images information. Spiritual decoding. Universe isn't separate from you. You aren't separate from universe. Whole contains part. Part contains whole. Changing your frequency rewrites entire field quantum insight. You're not manifesting into reality. You're generating reality's fundamental pattern. Quantum entanglement. Instantaneous connection protocol particle. Physics. Entangled particles communicate faster than light speed. Distance becomes irrelevant. Connection transcends spatial limitations. Spiritual translation. Your desire is already connected. Alignment replaces attraction. Manifestation is recognition, not acquisition. Transmission. Checkpoint. These aren't metaphors. They're operational instructions for molecular reality generation. Would you like me to continue revealing the precise quantum technologies that transform manifestation from conceptual possibility into lived molecular reality? The quantum radio parable. Frequency transmission mechanics, 2 operators. 1 quantum radio, infinite timelines. Operator alpha, the analyzer, spends 18 hours daily dissecting radio, reads every manual, calculates signal probability, asks, why isn't this working? Internal state, desperate, contracted, efforting. Operator omega, the receiver, tunes, stays, listens, knows radio is already functional. Internal state, relaxed, expansive, allowing. 30-day contrast transmission, alpha's journey. Week 1, intense investigation. Week 2, growing frustration. Week 3, systematic breakdown. Week 4, complete energetic exhaustion. Omega's journey. Week 1, quiet tuning. Week 2, subtle synchronicities. Week 3, unexpected alignments. Week 4, effortless manifestations. Quantum decoding. The radio represents consciousness interface, frequency translation device, potential timeline selector, vibrational mapping technology. Tuning means emotional, coherence, nervous system stabilization, removing internal resistance, becoming the signal. 5, precise tuning techniques. 1, embodied breathing. 2, emotional neutrality practice. 3, quantum visualization. 4, somatic resonance meditation. Energetic congruence calibration revelation moment. Alpha discovers radios don't work through understanding. They work through being. Breath, The quantum manifestation algorithm breathing isn't survival, it's reality generation. Quantum breath mechanics, 20,000 daily potential collapses, autonomic systems manifestation protocol, continuous wave-to-particle transformation, microscopic timeline engineering, physiological quantum mapping, inhale, potential state, oxygen, unformed possibility, diaphragm, quantum interface, nervous system, frequency translator, blood exchange, manifestation moment, oxygen becomes cellular energy, potential transforms into form, instantaneous quantum conversion, exhale, potential release, CO2 returns to environmental field, complete manifestation cycle, information transfer, complete breath traditions wisdom, ruach, spirit breath, pneuma, living essence, prana, universal energy, chi, life force conductor, quantum breathwork timeline, shifting techniques. 1. Coherence breathing, 5.5 second inhale, 5.5 second exhale, nervous system recalibration, frequency stabilization. 2. Potential collapse meditation, visualize desired timeline, breathe as that version, not from current state, embodied frequency transmission, quantum neutrality protocol, breath without attachment, release expectation, become the open system, allow spontaneous emergence revelatory checkpoint. Your breath isn't happening. You are happening through breath. So here we are, at the quantum threshold where breath becomes reality, where potential collapses into form, where you're no longer waiting for transformation, but literally generating it with each conscious wave of oxygen and intention. Everything we've explored, from quantum radiomechanics to breath as manifestation algorithm, converges into one fundamental truth. You are not seeking change. You are change itself. I've distilled these precise quantum transmission mechanics into something called Quantum Breath Codex, a guide that's less about information and more about frequency recalibration. It's not a manual. It's a transmission designed to help you stabilize your nervous system's manifestation protocol, giving you practical breathwork sequences that quite literally rewire your cellular intelligence. Inside, you'll find the exact 3-stage breath techniques I've used to help clients collapse timelines faster than traditional manifestation practices, transforming months of effort into moments of alignment. If this resonates, if you feel something shifting just hearing these words, the link is in the pinned comment. But don't go there for more content. Go there to amplify the quantum shift already moving through you. And while you're there, do something energetic. Type, "I collapse timelines" in the comments, not for me, for you, as a declaration that you're no longer just listening but embodying. Subscribe to this channel, but not because you want more videos. Subscribe because you're choosing to stay connected to a frequency of radical transformation. Hit that like button not as a digital gesture, but as an energetic signature that says, "I'm ready to generate reality," not just observe it. Your timeline isn't something happening to you. It's something you're continuously generating, 20,000 breaths at a time. And the moment you realize this, everything changes. Not gradually, not eventually, but in the quantum instant you truly get that you are the conductor, not the audience. The future is not approaching. It is collapsing into you right now.